The following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting at Western Illinois University.
Coming up on Live at 4, fire officials believe they have the cause to last night's 4-alarm fire. Also, as Thanksgiving approaches, find out how you can stay safe during your holiday travels. And roadways may become slick to start off your weekend. News 3's Nicholas Stewart has your full weather forecast ahead.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
Good Hope fire officials may have found the cause of a 4-alarm fire that blazed northeast of Macomb last night. Good afternoon, welcome to Live at 4. I'm Brody Waddell.
And I'm Shanae Glasgow. Take a look at this. A shed behind a home went up in flames around 8 p.m. last night. Several fire departments from surrounding areas rushed to the scene. Good Hope Fire Chief Ed Arnold says the homeowner placed burnt embers from a wood-burning stove on the grass. And with the high winds, the embers traveled into the shed and started the inferno. The Carthage Rescue Squad provided smoke inhalation treatment for about 30 firefighters while they fought the blaze. A Western Illinois student has been judicially referred for possession of a BB gun. A report by the Office of Public Safety says the student was found in Tanner Hall on Tuesday at around 4 p.m. with the gun. Alcohol was also involved. Incidents with BB guns have come up recently in Macomb. On both October 27th and November 7th, OPS reported damage to the windows of the Charles Adams bus stop. A connection between both instances is being investigated by OPS.
Western Illinois participated in the Great American Smokeout today with a gathering of students and administrators to provide information on smoking hazards. The smokeout is something pushed across every campus in the nation on the third Thursday of each November. The goal is to encourage smokers to pledge to quit smoking for one day. President Jack Thomas and Macomb Mayor Mike Inman also discussed the implementation of the Smoke-Free Illinois Campus Act. The act will ban smoking on state-funded campuses of higher education in Illinois and will come into effect on July 1st of 2015. The mass exodus of nearly 10,000 students for next week's time off has Macomb police worried about a possible spike in break-ins. Deputy Sheriff Eric Leonard says burglaries over Thanksgiving break have created big hassles for the department in years past.
Well, the public can always put in a vacation check request where they can ask that we check on their residents while they're gone, but we do plan on having some extra patrols in the northwest quadrant of town.
Leonard also recommends taking home valuables, locking up large items in an interior room, and putting lights on automatic timers to make it appear like people are still home. People hitting the roads this weekend have another reason to be thankful.
News 3's Dave Mitchell joins us from Casey's on West Jackson, where many people are feeling at ease filling up their tanks. Dave?
Well, Brody and Sinead, gas prices are definitely down this holiday season. In fact, they're down an average of 32 cents per gallon. You'll see behind me at the Casey's in West Jackson, it's a very busy time as students begin to fuel up and head home for the holidays.
Well, it's more money in my bank account and it allows me to do a lot more things with my day.
Are you traveling anywhere for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, driving back to St. Louis, back home.
Yeah, it's nice with the holidays to have some extra money for Christmas gifts and stuff.
And AAA announced today that 2 million more people will carve their way through the U.S. roadmap than they did in 2013, that making it the highest amount of people to travel on the U.S. roads since 2007. For Live at 4 in Macomb, I'm Dave Mitchell. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Dave. The race for Illinois State Treasurer has finally come to a close, and Democrat Mike Frerichs is the new elected official. On Wednesday, Republican Tim Cross conceded the highly contested race. The nearly 10,000 votes that came out of Cook County earlier this week tipped the scales to Frerichs' favor. Over 3.5 million votes were submitted. The Democrat Frerichs has served in the Illinois State Senate for the 52nd Legislative District since 2006. Frerichs will be succeeded Republican Dan Rutherford, who held the position since 2011.
A full year after a November tornado wiped out hundreds of structures in Washington, Illinois, the rebuilding process has locals hopeful for a bright future.
News 3's Emily Manley joins us from Studio B. She spent last week in Washington and captured the emotion of people picking up the pieces. Emily?
Shanae and Brody, the nation watched in shock when home video was released of the destructive power of one of nature's most powerful events caused to a little town in Illinois.
Holy moly. All right, I gotta go. I'm coming, honey.
On November 17th, 2013, the city of Washington would never be the same again.
Come on, Josie, let's get out of here. The tornado's passed. We got to get out of here and get to... Josie, come on now. I know it's scary. Come on now. Josie!
595 homes were destroyed this Sunday morning. Now, a year after this tragedy, with nearly 300 homes left to be built, the city of Washington found that it's the little things that keep this town as strong as it is.
We're very fortunate that we're a football town. You come out and there's people lined in the field. I mean, they come out in droves.
As the city continues to grow, the people of Washington only become stronger. As a lifelong citizen of Washington, Mayor Gary Meniere says that Sunday was not only a tragedy, but a test of fortitude. Why this tornado took their homes, it did not take Washington's heart.
I mean, home is where the heart is, to me. You know, I mean, I can't look around at the same neighborhood because most of the houses are going to be completely different. And there's not a lot of things in our house that are going to be the same at all.
Washington is a prime example of the power of the indomitable human spirit. Whatever you would like to call it, people all around the world are fascinated to listen to the optimism the victims of this tragedy exhibit. Live from Studio B, Emily Manley, News 3.
Thanks, Emily. Western Illinois University Food and Culture Club will celebrate the 200th anniversary of the Star-Spangled Banner and history of the American flag. The ROTC and a live choir will be in attendance. There will be a fashion of the 1800s on display, and the event is open to the public. Seating starts at 5:30 p.m. tonight in the University Grand Ballroom. Thanksgiving break starts tomorrow, and the university will be closed for a whole week. All dining halls will close tomorrow at 7 p.m. and will open back up the following Sunday, November 23rd at 10 a.m. Anyone who wishes to stay longer must contact their complex director. For those of you that are staying on Friday night, a reminder that Corbin Olson will be the only dining hall service serving dinner. For more information, check out WIU's Housing Online. The snow has already teased its way into Macomb over the past week, and Western Illinois has laid out its plan for snow removal for the upcoming winter season. Faculties Management and WIU's Disabilities Resource Center coordinated efforts to come up with a plan for priority snow removal. The zones first to be cleared include main pathways between academic buildings and residence halls. If students, faculty, or staff have recommendations pertaining to snow removal, they may contact Faculties Management to discuss their issues. Despite today's sunny skies, windy conditions are putting a chill in the air. Today's high didn't pass the freezing mark, and it felt a lot colder with the gusts of 15 miles per hour. But there may be a warm spot on the horizon. News 3's Nicholas Stewart has some of those details in the first forecast. Nick, how's the weather looking for people going home on break?
It's not too bad in terms of temperature-wise. We'll be dealing with a lot of precipitation that'll be falling, luckily in the form of rain, not snowfall. If we take a look outside right now, though, looking at mostly sunny skies. Who knew that freezing could feel so warm compared to where we've been the last few days? We're at 32 degrees. Again, you mentioned those winds are now gusting upwards of 20 miles per hour this afternoon, making it feel much cooler out there. Taking a look at the current satellite radar composite, we're looking at nothing showing up on radar or satellite whatsoever. Clear skies as we sit here in McDonough County this afternoon. Temperature-wise, we're all around the freezing mark. Galesburg sitting at all their cold spot at 29 degrees. Burlington sitting in at 31, Quincy up to 34 degrees. But as you mentioned, we are looking at a warm spot into the weekend as you go home for that Thanksgiving break. We'll have a full look at your forecast in a couple of minutes. Back to you.
Thanks, Nick. Still ahead this evening on Live at 4, President Obama is a few hours away from making his address on his plan to overhaul the nation's immigration laws. But one key detail is causing uproar among congressmen.
And with students leaving the university for Thanksgiving break, it's not a bad idea to brush up on your car safety. News 3's Brian Powers will share some car safety tips after the break.
That's me, Joe Decker, owner of San Diego-based Gut Check Fitness, Guinness Book or World Record holder, World's Fittest Man, and WIU graduate. There are a few things that have helped me get to the top of my industry: growing up on a farm in the Midwest, serving in the U.S. military, and graduating from WIU. This is my story. What will your success story be?
That's me, Chris Levingood, a senior broadcasting major at Western Illinois University. From networking in DC at a national conference to getting hands-on experience behind the news desk and in the field, the opportunities I have at WIU are preparing me for a successful media career. This is my story. What will your success story be?
Life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire, but you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet! Dang it. Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Yeah! Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
Now from Macomb in high definition, you're watching Sinead Glasgow, Brody Waddell, weather with meteorology major Nicholas Stewart, and sports with Tyler Eddy. Live at 4 continues.
President Obama is just hours away from a primetime address where he will unveil a plan to overhaul the nation's immigration laws. Obama will bypass Congress by using his executive power. It's a controversial move that is expected to redirect deportation efforts to the criminals who are undocumented immigrants. The plan could also expand worker visas for certain sectors like technology, an issue Obama touched upon during the National Medal of Science and National Medal of Technology and Innovation ceremony at the White House.
We welcome people from all around the world who have that same striving spirit. We're not defined by tribe or bloodlines. We're defined by a creed, an idea. And we want that tradition to continue, but too often we're losing talent because after the enormous investment we make in students and young researchers, we tell them to go home after they graduate. We tell them to take your talents and potential someplace else. So part of staying competitive in a global economy is making sure that we have an immigration system that doesn't send away talent, but attracts it. We want them to initiate new discoveries and start businesses right here in the United States.
NBC poll shows nearly half of Americans don't approve of using executive action.
Federal and state law enforcement agencies in several cities across the country are on alert ahead of the grand jury decision in Ferguson, Missouri. They are preparing for possible demonstrations, especially if the grand jury does not indict Officer Darren Wilson in Michael Brown's death. The grand jury could finish up as early as Friday, and the decision likely would come 2 days later. FBI officials have warned state and local law enforcement agencies about potential protests that could turn violent.
Tomorrow, Western is closing for Thanksgiving break. The following precautions might be helpful to ensure a safe ride. Brian Powers has the story.
If you plan leaving Western for Thanksgiving break, there are a few safety tips you should follow while driving on the highway.
Obviously, gasoline, the condition of the tires, condition of the windshield. You know, if there's been a snow or if there's frost on the windshield, some people start driving before the windshields are clear, and that's a big safety factor there. Make sure your windshields are clean.
But it's not just the windshields, sometimes it's the tires.
When checking your tires, you should always have a tire gauge. So, loosen the cap. Have the head of the gauge on the nozzle. I'm still half full on air.
But Sheriff Rick Van Broecker wants Western students to take any precaution seriously if necessary.
Big focus now is on texting and talking on the cell phone. And there have been studies done that anyone that is texting is 23 times more likely to be in an accident.
So let's go over the list. Check your front lights, check your back lights, check your oil, make sure your car is in full start. Do not text, do not eat or drink while driving. Don't play around with the radio. If you are in need of an emergency, dial 911. Reporting for News 3, I'm Brian Powers.
Make sure to be careful driving this Thanksgiving break and watch out for deer crossing the road on highways and back roads.
Amtrak is adding another train to its Chicago-Quincy line for the Thanksgiving holiday. On November 30th, Amtrak will add a third train to its schedule of trains traveling from Chicago to Quincy. The train will work as a midday trip and leave Union Station at 11:30 a.m. The train is scheduled to arrive in Macomb around 3 p.m. The added train is planned to alleviate the crowds that Amtrak receives from students coming back to school from the Thanksgiving holiday.
It's been a frigid week in Macomb, but there looks to be a warm front coming in this weekend.
News 3's Nicholas Stewart will have all the details in his first weather forecast after the break.
My name is Patrick Magoon, and I have the privilege of serving as the President and Chief Executive Officer of Ann and Robert H. Lurie Children's Hospital of Chicago. I'm also a very proud alumni of Western Illinois University. It gave me the foundation I needed to build a very successful career. That's my story. What will your success story be?
Hi, that's me, Sammy Marshall, a junior exercise science major at Western Illinois University, shortstop on the Leatherneck softball team, and Summit League Player of the Year. At Western, I take my GPA just as seriously as I take my batting average. My experiences with faculty, my coaching staff, and the community are helping shape my future in exercise science. This is my story. What will your success story be?
Thank you, dear. Well, you're very supple. Just like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
So, I got this new family. And I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy. All day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Freezing in Macomb right now, 32 degrees. We take a look at the courthouse square. Mostly sunny skies all day today. That did help bring our temperatures up just a little bit. But again, we're dealing with those gusty winds today, making it feel much cooler than it actually was. Winds gusting at 20 miles per hour basically on through the afternoon. We'll continue that through the evening today. Taking a look at the current satellite radar composite, nothing in the tri-state region at all. You can actually see the snowfall across Iowa that's slowly receding north. That's actually you can actually watch it melting in real time. Very awesome to see with the power of visible satellite imagery. But taking a look at temperatures right now, 26 in Davenport, 29 in Des Moines. Warm temperatures off to our south and west, and for the first time in a while, I can say those temperatures are actually moving our way as we head into the weekend. So that's going to be pretty nice out there. Again, we look at this area of high pressure off to our north and off to our west. That is what's bringing in kind of this very much moisture into our area. It's also bringing much clear skies, clearing out a lot of the cloud cover that's in us. But if we go into tomorrow, the high pressure moves on off to our east, starts bringing a little bit more southerly flow, but we're still under the dominance of it, so we're looking at mostly clear skies thanks to it. But again, we get this warm front that'll move through on the day on Saturday as we enter our weekend. That'll boost our temperatures up a little bit, also increase our rain chances as well. So we could be looking at a chance of rain. Again, these can actually accumulate to several inches of rain here. Looking across the board, several inches of rainfall, upwards of 2 inches in portions of west or eastern Illinois. You can see over here, but for us, about an inch of rain. And if it was about 15 degrees cooler, we could have been looking at a major snowfall event, but thankfully temperatures will be on the warm side, so mainly rainfall for this event. For tonight, we're going to have partly cloudy skies. Clouds will begin to diminish overnight, but it's going to be another cold one out there. 12 degrees is a low. Thankfully, the winds will calm down if you have to walk around out there. For tomorrow, clouds will increase through the afternoon, high of 35 degrees. winds about 5 to 10 miles per hour from the west. But take a look at our 5-day forecast. We enter the weekend 50 degrees on Saturday, 49 on Sunday. But again, look at those rainfall chances. We're looking upwards of an inch of snow. If you're going to the start of the work week, thankfully we won't be here. The rain will transition to snow for your Monday and Tuesday. And once again, the temperatures plummet down to the 30-degree mark. So unfortunately, it's going to be a pretty cool one as you enter your Thanksgiving break for the Macomb area. So if you are traveling for Thanksgiving break, remember, be safe when you do so, but hopefully get you a nice warm climate as well. So back to you guys.
I think I like the 50-degree weather. I know it's going to change dramatically, but I still like
nice.
I like the 50.
I would say so as well, but again, we're going to be dealing with that rainfall, mostly cloudy skies as well, but that'll be pretty nice out there. This won't be shivering to death when you're walking around outside.
Well, thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
Up next in sports, Tyler has a preview of all the action going on this weekend. And the Western Illinois Athletics Department has announced a new ticket donation program.
The WIU women's basketball team will take the court tonight against Chicago State.
And the Western Illinois football team prepares to take on Indiana State in Saturday's season finale. All that and more is coming up next on Live at 4.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Don't worry. 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play more. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Hello, Western Illinois. The Leatherneck women's basketball team will travel north to take on the Chicago State Cougars tonight. The team is coming off a big win over William Woods College on Monday. The Owls kept the game close, but the Leathernecks took off on a 17-2 run and never looked back from there and beat the Owls 89-42. The Cougars dropped their only game they played so far this season against Big Ten opponent Northwestern. That score was 102-48. The Purple and Gold hold a 31-2 edge all time against the Cougars, but the last time these two teams met, Chicago State beat the Leathernecks 56-54. Prior to that loss, the Leathernecks have won 13 straight meetings against the Cougars. The two teams will tip off tonight at 7 o'clock. And it's been a tough go-about for the Leatherneck men's basketball team so far this year. The Leathernecks are still searching for their first win in 2014. Their next chance to find it is Saturday night against visiting Southeastern Louisiana. Last time out for the Leathernecks, they fell to the University of Illinois Chicago 67-64. JUCO transfer J.C. Fuller led the Leathernecks with 14 points and racked up 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 block. Last year's leading scorer Garrett Covington recorded a career-best 9 assists in the game. They'll set their sights on the Lions, who are winless on the year and are coming off a loss against Oklahoma. The men's team will tip off against the Lions Saturday at 7 p.m. The Western Illinois football team will celebrate the careers of 14 seniors and close out their season Saturday against the Indiana State Sycamores. The purple and gold will look to shake some leaves off of the trees, but it could be a tremendous task. Indiana State has won 3 out of the last 5 meetings, and with a win, the Leathernecks can finish with a 500 record at Hanson Field in 2014. Saturday also marks the first time in 3 years WIU will close out their season at home. A couple of seniors come into Saturday ranked near the top of the conference and the nation. Senior linebacker Kevin Kinsel enters this week averaging a conference best 8.7 tackles per game. And J.C. Baker ranks 25th nationally, averaging 100.2 rushing yards per game. Fans can watch the game on ESPN3, and kickoff for senior day is set for 1 p.m. And Leatherneck Athletics has announced a new ticket donation program. The program gives fans the opportunity to donate their unused tickets, or fans can buy tickets and donate them to the athletic department. The donations will be given to local nonprofit organizations like Big Brothers Big Sisters, Best Buddies, and the Veterans Ticket Foundation. The program is effective immediately, which means the football and men's basketball games are covered for this Saturday. And now it's time for the News 3 Sports Play of the Day. Today's Play of the Day comes from the Pacers and Hornets game last night, and what an ending it was in Indianapolis. Wild finish here, tie game with 7.5 seconds left. The Pacers' Rodney Stuckey shoots an air ball, but the Pacers' Solomon Hill catches the ball under the basket for the scoop and layup and the game winner. And take another look. Wow. What an effort by Hill. I guess that's why he's a pro. And the play would be reviewed by the officials since it was so close to the buzzer, but they say it counts. And the Pacers win 88-86 and take home the News 3 Sports Play of the Day. Guys, that's all the time we have for sports. Back to you.
Alrighty, thanks, Tyler. Coming up, we'll have our final look at weather.
We'll be back in 2 minutes.
My name is Patrick Magoon, and I have the privilege of serving as the President and Chief Executive Officer of Ann and Robert H. Lurie Children's Hospital of Chicago. I'm also a very proud alumni of Western Illinois University. It gave me the foundation I needed to build a very successful career. That's my story. What will your success story be?
That's me, Sammy Marshall, a junior exercise science major at Western Illinois University, shortstop on the Leatherneck softball team, and Summit League Player of the Year. At Western, I take my GPA just as seriously as I take my batting average. My experiences with faculty, my coaching staff, and the community are helping shape my future in exercise science. This is my story. What will your success story be?
Thank you, dear. Well, you're very supple. Just like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
Before the lights go on, dedication, teamwork, precision. Award-winning leadership brings you Macomb's only local TV newscast. On the air, live at 4, Friday mornings at 10, and online all the time. Our community, your community, News 3.
Take a train and go. Stand by 3 for the push-in.
It's going to be a cold one tonight. Only 12 degrees is our low. Clouds will start to begin to increase overnight. For tomorrow, up to 35 degrees, winds gusting about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clouds again increasing as we go through the day. But again, look at our weekend as we start heading home for the Thanksgiving break. Up to 50 degrees on Saturday, but then begins to bottom out as we enter the beginning of next week. 49 by Sunday. The snow begins to kick in on Monday and Tuesday. Only 39 is the high on Monday, down to 33 on Tuesday. So unfortunately, it's going to be pretty cold out there if you're staying in Macomb. So what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving break? Traveling anywhere warm?
No, I wish.
Staying
Just
right
going
in the
home.
Midwest. So 50 degrees Saturday. That's pretty good. There's a chance of snow or rain.
Rain. If it was colder, about 15 degrees colder, it would be looking at a pretty big snow event, upwards of 10 inches, but thankfully, all rain.
Well, it should be nice for the last football game.
Yes, would say. Yes, so.
Thanks, Nick. That will do it for our Thursday show. For Tyler Eddy, I'm Brody Waddell.
And for Nicholas Stewart, I'm Shanae Glasgow. We'll stay on top of your news Over Thanksgiving break, we'll bring you the latest updates on our Facebook page and find us at News3 WIU.
We will return Tuesday, December 2nd with Live at 4. Have a good evening.